Sa akin, wala naman sigurong conflict yun. Kasi yung, ano ba yun? Hindi, I'm not too well versed on the corporal punishment. But I guess this is in school. Diba? Yung
all institutions, sir. Ang church, ang bahay, daycare, lahat po.
Pero ito yung sa formative years. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito kasi yung those involved in crime. Yung mga sa corporal punishment, hindi naman crime yun, petty or naughtiness of the children yun ang piniprevent natin doon. Pero ito, let me just go back before the law was covered yung 9 years and above. In the old law, that was amended through the Pangilinan law to 15. Ngayon, ang question, what had happened since? Now we see a proliferation of children being used in criminal activities. So again, ang question ko, are we going to maintain the status quo? Having seen that raising it from 9 to 15 did not produce the objective of the law? Or shall we just leave it at that? Or should we tweak it so that we can somehow address the problems that came about after we amended the old law, raising it from 9 to 15, and now from 15 to I don't know when. So siguro yun yung dapat nating itanong sa taong bayan. Are you contented with just leaving it at that? And then hayaan lang na yung mga bata ay magamit sa krimen. Pangalawa, siguro ang isang bagay na gusto nating i-address dito ay ang problema kasi yung bata pag na-involve sa krimen, sa batas ang sinasabi kailangan ibalik sa magulang. Eh kanya nga siguro napaliwala yung bata ay nagpabaya yung magulang, and then ang solusyon ng batas na ginawa nung nakaraan na siguro naman ay may natututunan tayo ngayon ay ibalik lang sa magulang. Eh yung magulang nga kuminsan sila pang gumagamit sa mga bata para maging kriminal. So I guess these are things that we're looking at in the bill that we hope would address problems that came about as a result of our amendment of the law for a different objective that we did not realize hindi naman pala natin ma-achieve in the past.
Maganda na talagang pagka-explain ng Chairman of the Committee on Justice. Ang masasabi ko lang, first of all, if we talk about the present Pangilinan law, laki ng irony we passed this law purportedly to protect our youth or our children, but I saw this mismo when I was governor of Cebu, my own personal experience. Instead of protecting children, this opened the floodgates for criminal syndicates and even criminal-minded parents na gagamitin yung mga bata to commit crimes. Palagi ngang reklamo ng mga law enforcement agencies like the PNP. Sabihin nila, ang hirap. Kunyari may robbery doon. We really catch this 13-year-old. Haharapin pa raw sila. Magdadala ng birth certificate. Ipapakita yung birth certificate nila.
So ano yung study sa corporal punishment?
I think that was also very well explained. There's no conflict because we are talking here of children in conflict with the law. I think that would be a more acceptable term for children of a particular age who transgress, who break the law. Ito naman corporal punishment, yun ang mga...
Discipline.
Yes, but these are disciplinary measures that are inflicted. Kayo na nga, if it's physical or if it's it gets to be, the punishment goes beyond the gravity of this mischievous display of childishness. And yun na nga, that is where this particular bill will be protecting children. I repeat, as present, as it stands, the law which sought or purportedly was intended to protect children now have actually opened up children to abuse by criminal syndicates, and we need to correct that.
I am one of the authors of the lowering the age of criminal responsibility. And the reason why is because of the rising incidence of juvenile offenders. We are sending message to the parents to be responsible and accountable for the acts of their children. So that's the reason why I authored this